I picked the historic district of Philadelphia to open Fork 20 years ago because I fell in love with the architecture of the neighborhood.
My favorite historical figure is Alexander Hamilton. We've actually chosen to use his nickname, the Little Lion, as the namesake for our restaurant here.
Mother Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church is actually the oldest parcel of land continuously owned by African Americans in all of U.S. history.
The most incredible thing about living in the Powell House as the site manager and caretaker is getting to be around all of the beauty.
Elfreth's Alley is my favorite place I have ever lived in my life. Something about living in a tourist area where people want to see the alley for what it is. And to live here just means I'm putting my own mark on history.
What I really like about Old City is that it's very walkable, it's very friendly. There's all kinds of different people living here, it's very diverse.
Indy Hall is a co-working community and a co-working space here in the historic district of Philadelphia. People are here because they want to work on problems and solutions that are exciting to them and have an impact on the world around them.
Ruckus is a glass gallery that primarily focuses on the budding community of pipe culture.
The Art in the Age store specializes in the art of making craft cocktails. So we sell everything that relates to fancy pants mixology.
Philadelphia used to be a very big boat building city. We build and restore traditional wooden boats, build new boats with junior and high school students, and just kind of carrying on the boat building tradition.
We chose this location for our first spot for local because we want people to really feel like they're a local while they're staying in Philly.
Christ Church isn't a was, it's an is. It isn't about just the past. It's still a church that does what churches do. It has services. People still sit in the same pews that our founding fathers sat in.
When our country was going through some of its most difficult battles, the congregation wasn't always united, but the leadership of the congregation found a way to make this space a place where you could come together and discuss your differences. That feeling remains, and it makes you always want to come back.
The Franklin Fountain put the idea of old-fashioned ice cream into Old City. Behind me is a 1905 working soda fountain. You're gonna find imprints of Benjamin Franklin everywhere in Philadelphia, especially here at Franklin Fountain.
Just down the street from the Franklin Fountain is this special plaque that talks about an important event that happened here on July 5th, 1776, that John Dunlap, the printer, set the type, printed and distributed the Declaration of Independence to the free world.
Being in the historic district in Philadelphia down here, there's history literally everywhere. We've got the first national bank, which Alexander Hamilton was a huge proponent of. We've got the Liberty Bell. We've got the Museum of the American Revolution right across the street. It's right outside my window.
Working at the Museum of American Revolution has been a great experience for, I think, all construction guys. One of the things that we do enjoy a lot is when we do hear a curator or somebody maybe in another gallery, and the next thing you know, we'll peek around a corner and we'll overhear what he's talking about. We feel this new sense of rejuvenation where we're coming to a place that's just stamped with the history of America.
The boat we built for the Museum of the American Revolution was a conglomeration of designs from the Revolutionary War era. We built it here in our shop as a kit, labeled everything, disassembled it, brought it all up there, and then reassembled it.
Every day when I walk to work, I see a mix of everything from the late 1700s to modern day architecture.
Being at this church on a weekly basis has really strengthened my identity as an American. I have a tangible connection to American history.
Visitors are awed when they come to the Powell House, and especially in the ballroom, where they can see where George Washington danced here on the eve of his 20th anniversary, and where other Revolutionary War A-listers came and celebrated.
Our bells still ring. They haven't missed services in 321 years.
Pipe culture has a remarkable history. It's one of the first artifacts found. There's a peace pipe in the Library of Congress. There's pipes in the Philadelphia Museum of Art. So what's more appropriate than having a pipe gallery here in the historic district?
This area of Old City is perfect. You got all the shops and restaurants and art galleries.
In addition to great shopping, the historic district has great restaurants and bars.
It's not just the historic places that have something to offer.
There's been a lot of great amenities added to the historic district. Spruce Street Harbor Park, for example, Independence Beer Garden, they're very popular places to go to. I think the best children's park in the world is at Franklin Square.
We're really excited to be here long term and be part of the future of Old City.
There's a special type of energy and enthusiasm that exists in Philadelphia, and I think that very much is connected back to the history of people not being afraid to step out and do something different.
One thing that really gets me excited is when I'm walking past Independence Hall, the historic one, on my way to Indy Hall, the co-working space. The people who were there hundreds of years ago wanted to make an impact for the people around them.
We make things happen in Philadelphia.
There has been so many additions to the neighborhood, which continues the history that has been created in the past into the future.
Come visit Philadelphia.